Hello, everyone, and we're back for another episode of, or attempt at the Sentinels Multiverse Nuzlocke. This will be our fifth fight and our first rematch. This time, we're up against the big bad Omnitron, who we don't talk about last time. It was a slog. It did not end well. But this time, we're back with a new team of heroes. We have Legacy, played by yours truly. And let's just.
I am playing. Who am I playing? Tachyon today.
Yeah. And then...
all right. Yeah. So I am in green, Sentinel playing Raw again from the last session.
And I am Twin-Bladed Wolf. I am playing Tempest again from last session, and I'm going to rain all over that factory. It's gonna be so wet, so it'll never work.
Okay.
Aiden.
So.
Aiden?
Yeah.
You notice this is the same environment we fought him on last time?
Yeah, I'm aware. I was hoping it wasn't. I drew it. For the record, I drew it randomly. And the first one that I drew out of all four options was this one. So, yeah, no, that is... Prepare for all of your stuff to get destroyed.
Okay.
Okay, anyways.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah,
all our stuff, because I feel like somewhat new to the game. Does this imply I'm going to be playing a bunch of ongoing cards, or those I should be prepared to be removed from the game?
I believe, no. Discard pile, and I believe it is more so impacting equipment, I believe.
Okay,
that's good. That I can manage.
If I recall correctly. Do note, I do not do research into the cards, it is just what we can recall. So
I believe the boss killed both, and the environment only killed one.
Yeah. Boss kills both, environment kills one.
Okay, good to know. I will be prepared mentally and emotionally for my ongoing cards
don't
to be
stack
demolished.
too many up, because you're going to lose them eventually.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Good call. Good note.
Speaking of, let's jump into things. The boss will go ahead and start, and he will go ahead and flip at the very start of his turn. And then we will play the top card of the villain deck. Okay, we're starting off by destroying all hero ongoing cards. And also everyone everyone also takes 5 projectile damage.
Gee.
Alright, done. I've also removed all my ongoing cards from play.
Yeah. And then we go to the end of his turn, and he will play the top card of the villain deck. And that is our first drone. That drone will have 4 health, and it will be dealing damage at the end of his turn, which does happen to be right now. So.
Alright.
And hero target with the highest health, X energy damage, where X is 4. Who has the highest health?
I've got 25. It might be me and Legacy, which I think is you.
Yes.
So
okay.
I could probably take it.
Okay.
Alright, down to 21.
Down to 21. So that will be his turn. It now goes to me. Don't forget to shuffle your deck and draw 4 cards.
Remind me, what's the hotkey to draw a card?
It's the number keys. So the number key is
Oh,
how
one.
many cards you're going to draw.
Oh, whoops. Okay, I made a bit of a boo-boo.
Well, might as well start
Right.
off just by trying to reduce some damage to myself. Playing superhuman durability. I then get to use a power. Who wants to heal one and use a power?
I'll let the other two players go for it. I'm just
I'll let Tachyon do it.
Okay, Tachyon.
Okay, sure. I guess everyone draws a card.
Yay!
Okay. And you also get a heal one. Perfect. And then I will draw a card. That will be my turn.
Oh, still reading my cards.
No problem.
I'm probably just gonna play the HUD goggles for this turn.
Do note, because you played the HUD goggles, it is still your play phase, so you can play another card.
Wait, why?
Because the HUD goggles allow you to play an additional card during your play phase, and your play phase is where you play the HUD goggles. So you can play another card.
Okay. I'm going to play Fleet of Foot, so everyone draws a card.
Okay.
Then I'm going to play Synaptic Interruption.
Okay.
Yep. And then for my power, I guess everyone will draw a card. And then I will end my turn.
Okay. Raw.
Yeah, 1 second. I think I accidentally put my hero card in my deck somehow. Okay, that's
Fair.
for the notes. Right. Drawing for, I think, the last effect, and then I am going to start. So, is there anything bad for me to just kill the drone on my turn?
Probably not.
If not, all right. So I think I'll do that. So what I'll do is I'll play this ongoing cult, Living Conflagration. When this card enters play, draw deals one target 2 fire damage. So I'm gonna deal that drone 2 damage. So I think it's down to 2.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna use my. Yeah, I'll just use my power to finish it off. So I will deal the target 2 additional fire damage.
Do note, I think Tempest can also deal 1 damage. I don't know what you're planning on playing.
Oh, okay. In that case, I can instead use my other power, deal a fire damage, and then draw a card.
That might be an option. Tempest, are you planning on hitting the bots or just Omnitron? If you want, we can figure it out later.
Because I'm planning to use localized hurricane, I think.
Okay.
Because I could do 3 projectile damage to both Omnitron and the robot there. And then I get to draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
Okay, so hypothetically, I could deal the 2 damage to Omnitron, and then I could do my 1 damage to the drone, so it would bring it down to 3, and I could draw a card. And then your 3 damage would finish the drone off and deal 3 damage to Omnitron as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's probably a better play then. So I will do that. So I'll deal 2 damage, not to the drone, I'll deal it to the boss. Then for my power, I'll deal 1 damage to the drone to bring it down to 3, and then I'll draw a card from that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll draw a card from my power, and I'll draw a card from my draw phase.
Okay.
And that's it.
Tempest, your turn.
Yep. I'm gonna play Arcane. And then I'm gonna use my power to activate the first power. So both the drone and Omnitron take 3 projectile damage each. And then I draw 2 cards. And then after they take that damage, I already used my power, and then I draw a card at the end of my turn.
Okay.
And oh no, if they destroy my continuous card, I won't take the downside. Oh no. I'm really hoping that they're going to destroy my ongoing card.
Okay, we can then go to the environment, who is at the end of the environment turn. Each hero may destroy one of their equipment cards. Deal any hero that does not destroy an equipment card 4 fire damage. At the start of the environment turn, if each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck, destroy this card. Okay, so end of the environment turn. Everybody takes everybody that does not destroy an equipment gets to take 4 fire damage.
Which I take 5
Right.
because of localized hurricane.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna redirect it to the boss with my synaptic interruption.
Okay.
So the boss takes the damage for me.
Sounds good. And then that is the environment turn. We then go to the villain turn. Start a villain turn. Omnitron flips. And then Omnitron will go ahead and play a card. It is an ongoing card. After Omnitron is dealt damage, Omnitron becomes immune to that type of damage. Whenever Omnitron is dealt a different type of damage, Omnitron's damage immunity changes to that type. So basically, we cannot hit Omnitron with the same type of damage twice in a row.
Okay, good to know.
And then, Omnitron will, at the end of the villain turn, shuffle the villain trash and reveal cards from the top until one drone or component is revealed. Put it into play, put the other back in the trash. We only have one drone at the moment, so I'm just going to put that into play. Okay. And then that is the end, or then the drone will take effect and will deal the hero target with the highest health 4 energy damage.
So me.
Yes. And then that's Omnitron's turn. My turn. I think I am just going to heal everyone for 1 and buff all of our damage. So everyone damage dealt is +1. And then I get to use a power. Who wants to heal 1 and use a power?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Can I do it?
I'll let you do
Hurricane
it
again.
Yeah.
So I use localized hurricane. So each target takes 3 projectile damage, increased to 4, and then I draw 2 cards.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4. And then Omnitron is now immune to projectile.
Yep.
My go.
And yes, that is my turn.
Okay. I will play Hypersonic Assault. So I will deal 2 damage to the boss. And it can't deal damage to us until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Or until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
And then I will play Blinding Speed to destroy his immunity card.
Sounds good.
And then everyone can draw 1. And that's my turn.
Okay.
All right.
I'll be
So
back
I've
in
got
time.
2 plays in mind. So either I can play Staff of Ra and equipment to give myself 1 additional damage, and I'll heal 3, or I could play Flesh of the Sun God. I'll be immune to fire damage, and I can, as a power, make everyone else immune to fire damage, which might be useful for the environment.
Yeah, that'll
What do people feel?
gate River of Lava, yeah.
Yeah.
The environment card's going to be gone by the end of the turn.
Oh yeah.
If we want to discard the top 3 cards of our deck, then we get to.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So in that case, I'm feeling Staff of Ra unless we want to, yeah, for whatever reason, I guess keep the environment card. So I think I will do that unless I hear any differences on the play.
I don't have
I'll
any.
play Staff of Ra.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
cool. Staff of Ra, get back 3, get from 18 to 21. I now increase the damage I deal by an additional points. So that's good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smack the boss with my power that would deal 1 fire damage and draw a card. So instead I deal 3 damage to the boss, fire damage, and I draw a card.
Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Back. Is it my...
I do believe it is your turn, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And then and limited just means I can only have 1 plane at a time, right?
Yes.
Okay,
One
so I
of
have
that
some-
type of card. So if you have
1
a
of that
second,
type of card.
yeah. So for example, I have 2 limited cards, but 1 superhuman durability and 1 inspiring presence.
Okay. Got it. All right, and yeah, that'll end my turn, and then I draw a card.
Okay. And then we go to the environment turn. Environment will play the Velociraptor pack at the end of the first things first, the Rivers of Lava. Does everyone want to discard the top 3 cards of their deck?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
All right, I'll discard 3.
Okay, 3 discarded.
And we destroy the Rivers of Lava. Then we play the Velociraptor pack. And at the end of the environment turn, they will go ahead and deal the non-environment target with the lowest health X melee damage, where X is 2.
Okay, so that would be me, and it gets reduced to 1 because of otherworldly resilience.
Yep. Okay. And they are at 5. Then we go to the villain, Omnitron. Start of his turn, he will flip, and then he will play the top card of the villain deck. It is Electromagnetic Railgun. And then he will play another card at the end of his turn. And it's another adaptive plating subroutine.
Okay.
And, okay. So the electromagnetic railgun is charging up. At the start of his turn, if it is charged up, we will take 3 damage each, unless he takes 7 damage. So I'm just going to put this here over the course of the round.
Okay.
Okay. We then go to me, and I am I am going to play, sure, Danger Sense. I am immune to damage from the environment cards. And then, who wants to use a power?
I would like to draw.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep, I'm good with that.
So
Okay,
Tachyon.
everyone draws a card.
Okay. And you'll also heal 1 if you haven't already. And then I will draw a card and end my turn.
Yep. All right. I have a card, Ball Lightning, that could destroy up to 2 ongoing cards. So if you want me to use that on these 2, we can later.
That's not a bad idea.
That seems good.
Yeah, it's just an option.
I'm going to play Accelerated Assault and deal each non-hero target 2 damage.
They're damage for a bit.
Melee.
And the Velociraptor.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't think I'm going to take my second action. So I'll just, everyone draws a card.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
That's my turn.
I believe it's my turn, so
Yep.
Yep.
I think what I'll do is I'll just play Flesh of the Sun God, another ongoing card. I will just attract the railgun for 2 with my Staff of Ron, or sorry, with my Living Conflagration and draw a card.
Do note, the railgun is not actually something with health. I am putting that there. To attack the railgun, you just attack the boss.
Oh, okay. Cool. Good to clarify. Attack the boss for 2.
And then
Okay. Boss is now immune to fire damage.
yes.
Yeah, I was thinking you do beat fire, but that seemed like a bad call in this case. And I'll draw a card.
Okay.
All right, then it's my turn.
Yep.
I'm going to activate Ball Lightning. Actually, yeah, I shouldn't probably do that because I'll do more damage than I need to. And that railgun's going down anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do instead, in terms of the card I'm going to play, is that I'm going to activate Gene-Bound Shackles. So damage dealt by Tempest to the villain target with the highest HP is increased by 2. So all my damage will increase to Omnitron by 2. And then I will again activate Localized Hurricane. So I deal the 3 damage over to Omnitron, which becomes 5.
+1 for my inspiring presence, so 6.
Okay, so 6, awesome. And he is immune to projectile damage, but that also destroys the railgun, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, I draw 2 cards.
Projectile and railgun gets destroyed.
All right. Yep, he's immune to projectile damage, and then I draw 1 more card, and I end my turn.
So you got to pick 2 targets for the ball lightning. Who?
Oh yeah, the dinosaurs. Choose the dinosaurs. That takes them out.
Yes.
I forgot the dinosaurs had health.
Okay. So that
And it was the localized hurricane that I used.
Yeah. That is your turn. So next up,
Yep.
the environment. Environment, another river of lava. So
All right.
everyone
I'm
gets
going to destroy my Gene-Bound Shackle. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any equipment to destroy, but I am immune to damage from it.
How much damage is this? 4?
It is 4 fire damage if you do not destroy an equipment.
I'll just take the 4.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll elect not to destroy my equipment. I think I'm immune to fire damage as well.
That works for me. Okay, so that is the river of lava, or the environment turn. We then go up to Omnitron. I'm just going to scoot that over there. And Omnitron will flip first, and then he will play a card. It is Interpolation Beam. Every time a hero draws a card, Omnitron deals their hero 1 energy damage. And then we get rid of it by dealing 7 or more damage to the boss. And then Omnitron will go ahead and shuffle the villain trash. Flip, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Is this a component? No, it is ongoing. How about this one? No, it is one shot. And how about this one? Yes, it is a drone. So that is... And then the drone gets to go, because I don't think any of these goes. And the drone is at 4 health. So the drone will deal the hero target with the highest health, who I think is either me or Raw. I'll take the damage this time.
Okay.
And he'll deal...
And it's what type of damage?
It is 4 energy damage.
Okay, got it.
Okay. And that is Omnitron's turn. We then go to my turn. I am going to play lead from the front. So whenever you guys would be dealt damage by a villain card, oh, it's by a villain card. No.
Can you do some chip to the boss?
That I can do, yeah.
Like 3 damage?
3 damage? I can deal 4 damage to one target.
I meant a minimum 3. I want to get rid of the beam before it starts dealing a lot of damage.
Well, so I have one card that deals 4 damage, and I have another card that deals 3 targets 3 damage. I think just the one. I'm just gonna play this card, dealing 1 target 4 damage, boosted by 1 because of Inspiring Presence. So that is 4 damage, or 5 damage to the boss. And then this goes up by 5. And then I get to use a power. So who wants to heal 1 and use a power?
I think I could, because I could do extra damage to the beam and take it out. Yeah,
Sure.
so I'll do that. I'll activate Localized Hurricane. So I deal up to 2 targets 3 projectile damage. I will choose the beam. Oh, no, I'll choose Omnitron and then the robot. And then because Omnitron's taking more damage, the beam goes away.
And then clear. That goes, and robot is now at 0.
Oh wait, did you do damage to him before that?
To the boss? Yes.
Yeah, what kind of it was it?
It was energy, I think.
Okay, so he was no longer immune
No,
to projectile.
it
just
was
making
melee.
sure.
It was melee.
Okay, cool.
And then, yeah.
All right, and then I could draw 2 cards and I won't take any damage because the beam's gone.
Yep. Wait, why are you drawing 2 cards?
That's the secondary effect of Localized Hurricane.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I deal 2 targets 3 damage and then I draw 2 cards.
That is good. Okay, wow.
Yeah. The only downside is it increases the damage I take by 1, but my otherworldly resilience negates that effectively.
Yeah. I draw a card and end my turn.
Okay, I play Supersonic Response and deal 3 melee damage. Boss. Let me see. Then I think I'm gonna not use my second action again and just go to everyone draws a card.
Okay. I have 13 cards left in my deck.
And then I end my turn.
Okay. And I presume what we're going to do at the end when it's the environment turn phase is to discard 3 to get rid of that?
I would love to mill 3.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that helps Tachyon out a bunch, and also, I mean, helps Tachyon out a bunch.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, the only reason I ask is I can, as a power, make everyone immune, so not take the damage instead of having to discard. But I'll have to do that every turn. Which is the better play? Either that or I deal 5 damage to the boss's face.
5 damage, I'd say.
All right. Let's go for that. So I'm going to play Blazing Tornado. I'm going to deal 3 damage plus 2 to the boss's face. And I think he'll be immune to fire damage now.
Is that counting my +1? Or?
Yeah, your +1 and the Staff of Ra.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Okay, pretty cool. So I'm going to utilize, I think I'm going to utilize Into the Stratosphere. And what that does is I select one non-indestructible card, which I think is the adaptive plating, and then that goes on the top of his deck.
Okay.
Omnitron takes 2 projectile damage, increased to 3 from yours. And then I'm going to again activate Localized Hurricane. I deal 3 damage, increased to 4 over to Omnitron.
That is projectile damage. He is currently. Oh no, you got rid of it.
Yeah, I got rid of it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And then I draw 2 cards.
Nice.
And then end of my turn, I draw another card.
Okay. Then we go to the dinos. Start of dino turn. I assume we mill 3.
Yeah, mill 3.
Okay. And then we play the top card of the villain deck. At the start of the environment turn, deal each target 7 fire damage. At the start of their turn, a player may skip the rest of their turn to destroy this card. When this card is destroyed, move 1 copy of the card Obsidian Field from the environment trash into play. Do note, that'll also deal the boss 7 damage. And any minions he has.
I can surf and deal each target 7 fire damage. So I'm immune. I can make everyone immune to fire damage in future turns, but unfortunately not now.
That's okay because that's at the start of the villain or environment turn.
Okay, so we have until next turn to take damage. Yeah.
Yes.
So okay, awesome. So on my turn, I could potentially just make everyone immune to the 7 fire damage.
Yeah, and then that'll just help us out. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then we go to the boss. He flips, and he will play the top card of the villain deck.
I wonder what he's playing.
I wonder as well. No. There we are. Okay. It is the adaptive plating subroutine. And then, at the end of the villain turn, he will play the top card of the villain deck. It is terraforming. Destroy all environment cards.
Oh.
Well.
Play as many villain cards as environment cards destroyed by this card.
Yeah, so he plays 1.
Yeah. And that is an assault drone.
Deals the hero with the highest HP, X melee damage, which is the number of drones in play.
+1.
+1, yeah.
So there are 2... no, there's 1 drone, 2 devices. And he's at 4 health. And he will deal... Who has the highest health? Looks like Zra.
I think it's... Yeah. I'll be taking... Is it 2 damage?
2 damage, yeah.
Okay. So 22 down to 20.
Yep. And then we go to my turn. I can just make him not play cards until my turn. Do you like the sound of that?
We could probably go for that. I'm kind of sad that this... I don't know how many adaptive plating subroutines there are, but that's stopping me from doing my imbued fire, because that would probably screw everyone off. Yeah, sounds good in terms of stopping the boss to play cards.
Yeah, I don't have any cards to get rid of the adaptive plating subroutine, sorry. Anyways. I'm going to play Takedown. Villain cards cannot be played. At the end of my turn, villain target with the highest health deals myself 2 energy damage. So I will take 2. And at the start of my turn, I will destroy that card. And then that is I get to use a power. Who wants to heal one and use a power?
I
It's always Tempest, right?
I feel like, yeah, your abilities are a bit better
Yeah.
right now
Alright.
for dealing damage. I mean, I could deal 5 to the face, but that's about it for me.
But then if Tachyon doesn't deal damage, it'll be immune to damage for your entire turn.
I can deal damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we could do 5 to face.
Yeah.
Okay. Is everyone thinking that's good? If so,
Yeah,
I'll
I
go
think
for
that's
it.
good.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So I'll take it. So yeah, for my power, I'll be dealing 3 plus 2, so 5 damage to the bottom face. And did you say draw a card as well?
Heal 1.
Oh, heal 1. Got it. All right, 20 up to 21.
Okay. And then I draw a card and end my turn.
Okay. I'll play Quick Insight. Draw 3 cards, discard 2.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna discard that and that. And then I'm going to play Nimble Strike. Deal 2 to the boss, and then I draw a card. And then everyone can draw a card. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Also, I really, really hate how this board is set up. I'm used to decks being on top, so I keep drawing my hero card.
Well, if you want, you can move the deck there, and like, that's just how it's said. Like it, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, what am I doing? I can either kill the drone or I can attack the boss again for 5. And I'm leaning towards attacking the boss for 5.
Yeah, that might not be a bad shout. We're doing 4 if localized hurricane is played, so
Okay, so the drone's probably taken care of.
probably.
Cool. Yeah, I'll deal 5 again to the boss's face as my power, and I'll draw a card.
Okay.
Okay. Then it's my turn. I'm going to second copy of Gene-Bound Shackles. All my damage increases by 2 to the villain target with the highest HP, which is Omnitron. I then again activate Localized Hurricane. So I deal up to 2 targets, 3 projectile damage, increases to 4. That increases to 6 on Omnitron. And then I draw 2 cards. And then I draw 1 card at the end of my turn. I end my turn. I think I have over 20 cards in my hand right now.
That's a lot of cards in hand, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, we now go to the environment. Obsidian Field. Increase all damage dealt by 1. At the end of their turn, 1 player may discard 2 cards to destroy this card.
I think the person with 20 cards should do that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I have 25 cards. I should discard a few. Yeah, I'm going to destroy. I'm going to discard.
It's at the end of your turn.
Oh, end of turn. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Do note.
And to clarify, when it says increase all damage dealt, that's just us, not just to the boss, right? Or
that
is that
is
including the boss?
That is every damage instance dealt. Damage dealt by the environment, by the players, by the boss, enemies.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay.
Last type of damage was projectile.
Yep.
We go to the boss. Boss will go ahead and flip. He will then play the top card of his deck. Oh wait, no, he cannot play villain cards. And then he will shuffle and try to play a card. This is interesting. It says put it into play, not play it. So I'm going to rule that he can play the villain card that comes from his trash.
Okay.
So it is the Interpolation Beam. So that is his turn. It doesn't have any end of turn effects, so yeah, it just goes to our turn. My turn, start of turn, takedown is destroyed.
This is so much easier when we're not playing it on advance.
yeah. I think next villain we play on advanced. Why did I just do that? I did not pay attention to
what does advanced do?
Devices on one side would be dealing more damage. On the other side would be taking less damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I mean, in this specific instance with these heroes, I don't think it would have mattered.
Yeah. Anyways. Then I get to play a card. I think I just deal damage. Or we could do no damage. Or we could stop the villain from playing cards until
I
my
think we
next turn.
can probably wipe out the villain before its next turn, right?
Probably.
Especially if you have like any damage.
Yeah. So I'm gonna thonk him for 3+1 because of Obsidian Fields. So I'm just going to damage dealt and increase that because that's +1 damage for everyone. Thonk 3+2, so that is 5 damage to the boss. And then I get to draw a card. Finally, I found Fortitude. Okay. Anyways, and I get to use a power. So who wants to heal 1 and use a power?
Raw?
I'd probably love to do that. And just to clarify, there's going to be another player going between me, so
Yeah.
hopefully, okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll
Raw.
do the 5 to the face power.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you got another +1 damage, right? So that's
Obsidian
going to be 6
Fields.
damage. Cool.
And
All right, 6 damage. I heal 1. Very simple stuff.
okay. And
That's
then
it.
I draw 1 and end my turn.
Okay, I will play Fleet of Foot, so I draw a card.
Remember, you
player
take damage from the beam, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everyone draws a card, my bad.
And every time, yes.
Yeah, so we're going to take 2 from this, but by protection protects me from 1.
Yeah. And actually, I should have taken 2 more.
Oh, sorry, we're taking 2?
Taking 2 from the beam as you're drawing one card from Fleet of Foot.
Okay, then I deal all non-heroes 2 sonic damage. And I guess
3 because of Obsidian Field.
Sounds good. 1, 2.
Also, by now,
3,
beam is destroyed.
4.
Actually, beam would have been destroyed when
6,
Raw attacked it.
7,
Oh, okay.
So we
8,
would not have taken the 2
9,
from the
10, 11,
from the interpolation beam when everyone got to draw 1 on Tachyon's turn.
Okay. And then I will play Lightspeed Barrage for 13 damage. And that's my turn. Or everyone gets to draw 1, and then that's my turn.
Okay.
All right, drawing one.
Now then, can Raw deal 3 damage? Oh, what type of damage was it? Melee.
That was melee. The first one was Sonic. That was melee.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but I think I can manage that. Yeah, I'll do the same I did before. Blazing Tornado, 6 to the face.
And he is
Thanks,
dead.
Sentinel.
So we remove it. There are no devices in play, so we win.
Yay!
He
Oh.
played like no devices this game is the other reason we had a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that plating just hurt my soul. I felt like I was like definitely fighting with one hand tied behind my back because I wanted to do additional attacks. But I felt, if I understand correctly, if I did an additional attack after the first one, it would just be immune and take no damage.
Yeah.
So I had like one shots. I had things where I would specifically do a second, potentially third attack.
Yeah,
So cool.
the plating hurts Raw a lot since Raw does pretty much only fire damage. The staff does projectile damage, but
Oh shit! I actually missed that. But well, I'd have to destroy the staff after I did it. Which okay, that's something, but fair enough.
So we have officially beaten the base game of Sentinels of the Multiverse. Congrats, guys! We've unlocked our first hero, Unity.
How many cards did you have left in your deck?
I had 1 card left in my deck.
So after you drew that, you just died.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
No, we would have shuffled the trash into the deck. And that'd be my
okay,
deck.
that's
What happens when like you have no trash and no deck?
Good news, you don't get to draw cards.
Oh, I don't think that's good news.
I mean, at least you don't die.
I like my hand looked like that one meme where it's like say something or draw 24 and I drew 24. Admit that I'm wrong or draw 24. Draw 24.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyways, we got our revenge on Omnitron.
Omnitron also didn't wipe out our cards this time.
Yeah, no.
He just went super easy on us.
Search.
No complaints on my end. So yeah, it did seem pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Definitely cool. Kind of curious what the OP version of Omnitron is. Well, the flip side.
There should be a video.
I mean, we don't necessarily have to go through that.
Yeah.
Maybe another session.
No, I mean, there should be a video of it if you want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably get a feeler for that. Good call.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm probably going to end the recording here, so see y'all